I mean, fucking fake news articles are bad enough already, you know, with how, you know, there are fucking anti-vaxxers and flat earthers and just things that have been enabled because it's so easy to stay in your bubble and really like strengthen your own argument and your own views.
It's a worrying time. I don't know.
It is definitely a worrying time.
But I don't let it get to me. I'm trying to enjoy life, you know.
I'm just trying to live my best life.
The world may be ending, but I'm gonna have a good time.
I'm still laugh at these memes.
I care about what I need to care about and no more. That's kind of how I like to do it. Like, I just think that after a certain point, if you just start worrying about everything, you're just going to be fucking miserable. And like, I think obviously, you know, when it comes to like, you know, you're voting on your politician, your area, I think you should care about that and that should matter. But like beyond that, do I care if a news presenter in the US says like something fucking abhorrent? I'm like, no, honestly, it's not really my problem and I don't really give a fuck. Like maybe that's, I don't know, is that like elitist to think that? Like,
I think it's just
outside of my like, you know, I don't know. To me, like stuff that goes on in the US sometimes, I'm like, that's honestly not my problem.
Yeah.
Like, is that bad? Like, so some people say that's like a prejudice or ignorant mindset. Where it's like, I have the luxury where I can do that.
It depends on the context, right? Because the problem is that the problem with that argument, I feel, is that there's no way a human can care about absolutely everything.
Yeah.
True.
So at some point, you're going to have to pick and choose what you care about. Otherwise, one, you're probably going to be a miserable fuck, and two, you're going to wake up and you're just going to be exhausted and not going to be able to do anything on the day because you just feel flooded. And I feel flooded enough with my own social media right now, and like and this is me, like where social media is so intertwined with our jobs. So I see this stuff and I'm just like, I can't care about.
I'm pretty sure that's how people become nihilists, right? They just like they look at the world as like, oh, the world is shit. I guess nothing matters anymore,
like,
right?
It feels like it's just been so much like heavier as well ever since the pandemic as well. You're just trying to like get by, you know, life's already difficult enough and then shit's going on. You're like, fuck, man. Like, I'm literally just trying to be happy for like 10 seconds here. Can I have this?
Yeah, I kind of feel a bit jealous of our parents when they only had to care about the shit that was happening around them. Now I have to care about shit that's happening halfway across the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Like when I see like, you know, my parents are going to get fucking furious that they changed the bin size of like the council by like 10% lower. They're like, oh my God, this is unreasonable, you know? And like, I just miss the days where I could give a fuck about stupid shit like that. Now I got to worry about like literally like cultural
shit
ending
that has
stuff.
nothing to do with you, right? Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, man. Like I want to care about everything and I want to give like people who are fighting for like legitimate, like good fights. I want to help them out. But at the same time, it's like, there's so much fucking like shit going on, and obviously the internet has obviously made all the information even more accessible. So there's so many more things to care about. Like, all right, I'm trying to care about global warming. Right, I don't want to waste too much food. Right, what's going on over here? There's a civil war going on in this country and like atrocities happening. How do I like legitimately like give my energy?
You're literally just
like
explaining
everything.
how to live. Like that's just life, isn't it?
Yeah, like, and I don't want to be like, global warming is more important than people dying in this country. You know what I mean? It's like, where do you draw the line on where to start caring?
Well, I mean, I think you can like, you know, pick and choose what you care about, but it's the difference between being publicly open about this stuff, right? It's like,
I mean, I wouldn't say I don't care about something as much, or as like, oh my God, this is so tough to talk about.
I mean, like,
it
Because
is
it literally
right?
makes you sound like an asshole if you say you don't give a fuck about, like, Maylene,
Like
what do you think,
everything.
Maylene?
Well, no,
You're our manager. We need to make sure we don't get cancelled.
are we gonna get cancelled for this, Maylin? But no. I totally understand because I feel like that's just part of being human, right? And you know, there's going to be people that's, you know, make the argument, well, you're privileged enough that you don't have to care about it, right?
Yeah.
But I would argue that surely you also can't care about every single issue happening in the world because you feel strongly about this one issue because it definitely affects you, and I understand that. But surely that means that you can't put the energy into caring about another issue.
I don't think there's any person out there living any type of life, like, you know, prejudiced or not prejudiced, privileged or not, who can dead ass be in a position where it's like, right now, everything in the world I need to worry about because it's important to me. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, there's gonna be one piece of news where you're just like, that has nothing to do with me.
Something that resonates with you,
and
that you really believe in, and that you fight towards like helping that. And like, I'm down with that, man. I mean,
at least you're fighting towards something, right? It's better than someone just getting up in the morning being like, I don't care about any of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's really it doesn't really bother me much when people get like angry about you know, like, oh my God, you don't care about this. But I hate people who are like, you don't care enough about this specific thing.
Yeah.
And like, you should be so angry about this thing. And I'm like, man, I am
Like-
literally just trying to get by.
Yeah, like what dictates like the quantitative worth of how much you care about
some
something?
people who
right?
get willing to get like outraged and like really like light a fire up their ass for something, you know, and like you know, obviously we need people like that.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, shit doesn't get done.
You can't expect
Yeah.
everyone to be like
Yeah,
that,
but then
right?
I hate it when I see people like blackmailing other people, being like, you should care more. You should care so much more about
Because
Yeah.
the problem with the argument is that there's no way to frame it without the person who, you know, cares less about the topic. There's no way to frame the argument without making them like look good, you know, because it's just, okay, you don't care about it, therefore you are the arsehole because you don't care about this important issue. And I feel like, can we just accept that we are all human? You know, we are all just trying to get by. Everyone has different issues. Some matter more than others, but it's a lack of empathy. You know, in order to empathize with your problem, you at least have to give us some empathy as well. You know, and I feel like there's just like a lack of empathy in that sense, in that kind of argument.
I'd like to think if I'm being ignorant on any of this, that, you know, it won't result in fucking let's cancel the boys. But I mean, just let me know down below. I will read the comments. So if I am missing any like big point here, or I'm being ignorant, so please do let me know, because I would like to judge your mindset.
I don't think it's ignorance personally. I think it's just like being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm exactly the same. I try to keep as open mind as possible about everything. And I've definitely changed my viewpoints on certain topics thanks to what people have said and what's been discussed.
Of course.
There's words. Like there was one person who, because I think someone tweeted at me and was like, Connor, you shouldn't say the word crackhead as like a descriptive word. It's a bad word. Because it apparently has to do with a lot of, you know, like racial stereotyping back in the war on drugs in America and stuff, and it's used as a derogatory term. So I just stopped saying it. That was just because someone tweeted at me saying, stop saying it. And I was like, well, I don't really need this word. Like, and, you know, because I said it a lot on the podcast. And, you know, I realized afterwards, I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's like way better ways to describe that, that feeling I was trying to get across without using that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really need to use that word. I haven't said it since on like podcast or anything. So I'm like, oh, I haven't said it ever, and I just don't feel the need to. And I'm like, cool, thanks for letting me know, commenter. Like, if I have a bad habit, let me know. I'll try and get rid of it.
Yeah.
If you're like, Connor, you're fat, fuck you. I'm working on it. Other things, okay.
No, the ones I hate the most are, Connor, you got fatter. It's like, wow, thanks.